Hey everyone, it's Matt Celidonio here with your September 2025 market update. We're going to be starting off with the Citywide Port St. Lucie market update, then moving on into the Tradition market update, then also covering some of the new construction sales of this past month. Then, as always, we're going to be covering the interest rates and seeing where they're currently at. And lastly, we are going to be covering some community updates of the notable neighborhoods in the area. So let's get started. Starting with Port St. Lucie as a whole, the market stayed steady and even showed some positive movement through September. The median sales price came in at $425,000, which is about 1.4% higher than August, and the average sales price rose to roughly $451,000, which is about a 2.8% increase month over month. The average price per square foot moved from $227 in August up to $233 in September, a 2.6% gain month over month, though still about 1.8% lower than this time last year. Closed sales hit 412, up about 9% from last month, showing some strong buyer activity with the rates easing. And average days on market improved slightly, going from 82 days down to 79 days, which is great momentum heading into the season. Overall, Port St. Lucie's market continues to show resilience, steady pricing, quicker sales, and solid demand even with more listings on the market. In Tradition, prices cooled slightly in September, but demand held firm. The median sales price came in at about $487,000, which is a 2.6% decrease from August, and the average sales price also came in at $487,000, which is about an 8% decrease from last month. The dip mainly reflects a mix of homes that were sold. We saw fewer larger or more upgraded homes sold this past month in September, and we also saw a uptick in closings. This past month we had 71 closings in Tradition, which is about a 7.5% increase than what we saw in August, and the price per square foot still stayed the same at $233 per square foot. Days to contract was at 98 days, and that's still pretty consistent for the Tradition pacing. Overall, Tradition's market remains balanced and pricing is holding strong. We're actually seeing an increase in sales as we talked about, and I'm starting to notice more momentum going into these winter months. Both markets have similar months of inventory. We're looking at 4.6 months in Port St. Lucie and then 4.7 months in Tradition. That puts us in a fairly balanced market where we're not really seeing a major advantage on the buyer or the seller side. What we are still seeing is that homes that are priced correctly are selling quickly, while homes that are overpriced are just sitting longer. And as I mentioned earlier, the interest rates did dip a little bit more this past month. In August, we had a lowest interest rate of 6.56%, and in September, the rates dropped to 6.26%, giving buyers a little bit more breathing room. That combination of a stable inventory with the slightly lowered rates is exactly why we saw faster sales and a noticeable uptick in closings this past month leading into the fall season. Now let's talk new construction sales from September, since that is one of our big draws of the Tradition and Port St. Lucie area. Starting off with PGA Verano, who had the most sales of the builders that I spoke with, and they had 13 sales last month in September, keeping it as one of the strongest performing communities in the area. And behind PGA Verano, we had Astor Creek, who Coulter Homes had 7 sales, and then Taylor Morrison, who's also in Astor Creek, came in at 2 sales this past month. So we had 9 sales in Astor Creek, and Astor Creek is really building some strong momentum with the opening of their clubhouse, which we'll cover later in this video. Then we have another golf community in the area, Tesoro. Toll Brothers had 3 sales this past month, mostly spec homes, and Toll Brothers is fairly motivated on these spec homes. I recently just went under contract and have a closing this month, and we were able to get a spec home, move-in ready, beautiful home with a pool for $60,000 under asking, as well as covering the social membership fee. So just to show you that even the luxury higher end communities do have some wiggle room when it comes to these inventory homes. That's why I always say to keep an open mind and make sure to take a look at what inventory homes are coming up in these communities and the ones that are already there when you're looking. And now on to the Mattamy home communities of the Tradition area. For Tulare, the 55 and older community, we saw 2 sales, and in Seville we saw 4 sales this last month, which is pretty consistent with how they have been recently. And lastly, Kenley saw 3 sales last month as well. And that's all the new construction sales that I was able to get this past month. I'm going to continue getting more as we move forward with these monthly market updates. And the last topic of this video, we're going to be going over a few community updates in some of our more notable neighborhoods, starting with Astor Creek. So recently Astor Creek has officially opened their clubhouse. The restaurant is open, the fitness center, pool, everything, and it looks amazing. I'm going to put some pictures here of the fitness center from the last time that I visited. I haven't been able to go try the restaurant yet, but I will be doing a amenities tour video where I actually give you guys a more in-depth look of the clubhouse, as well as eating the food, walking around the pool area, things like that. So stay tuned on my channel to get the full breakdown of the amenities as we get closer. But the big news with the clubhouse being opened is really what this update is about, and that's the $50,000 $50,000 initiation fee. So Astor Creek, since they've opened, Coulter Homes has been waiving the $50,000 initiation fee, and basically it's been including the golf membership with the purchase of a home. Now with the clubhouse being opened, they plan on ending that incentive by the end of October. They put it in their HOA docs. They've been advertising it. This $50,000 initiation fee being waived has an end date of October 31st, meaning on November 1st, they are planning to now enforce the $50,000 initiation fee at closing when your home is built. Now, the way that it is framed on this HOA document does make it seem like it is kind of an incentive that they are advertising or marketing that they are waiving it. The way it's framed does make me think that they can bring it back as a promotion whenever they seem fit. It does seem like they are trying to see if the demand is still going to stay. So we don't know if they are going to bring it back or if it's going to be gone forever, but the way that it's framed does make me think it could come back. So we'll know more in November. Either way, if you were someone that was interested in Astor Creek, I just wanted to make sure that you are aware of this as we get closer to that deadline. And over to the other community that we're talking about as far as clubhouses go is Seville, where their clubhouse has now had the slab poured, the block is up, and they are moving forward and it's making great progress. The clubhouse for Seville is set to be open sometime in 2026, which is really going to take this amazing community to a whole nother level. Seville is one of the more popular neighborhoods in Tradition, especially for more family-oriented buyers. I mean, they already have such great amenities where they have their beach-style resort pool, the event lawn, the outdoor games, the playground. They're going to be putting in a putting green, and they already do some really great events with performers and food trucks. And now adding the clubhouse next year, they're going to be able to do even more events and even more activities for the residents. So that's really exciting, and I'll keep you updated on further developments for that clubhouse. And lastly, there is a new community coming to the Tradition area. It's going to be located off of Becker Road near the Belterra neighborhood, and this is going to be a 55 and older community by Eckel Homes called Catalina Palms at Sundance. Sundance is going to be a master planned community by Eckel Homes, and Catalina Palms is just the first neighborhood that's going to be going into that master planned community. This is also the first neighborhood Eckel Homes has made in the area, and from what I've gathered from the renderings and the ideas of the Eckel Homes owner, what he has planned for that area, I suspect that Catalina Palms is going to be similar to a GL Homes Riverland style community, and that should be actually open by the end of this year. So I'll be able to get more updates and give you more information on Catalina Palms before the end of the year. So you'll be the first to know more about this community. I just wanted to quickly update you that a new 55 and older community is coming, and the Sundance Master Plans community as a whole is supposed to be a really amazing project that Eckel Homes is very much excited about and is going to be bringing more life to that southern part of the Tradition area. So that wraps up our September market update in Port St. Lucie and Tradition. I hope you're able to find some value from this video and to subscribe if you want to see next month's market update. And as always, if you are looking to buy or sell in Port St. Lucie, I would be happy to be your local real estate agent of choice in Port St. Lucie. You feel free to scan the QR code on screen, or you can contact me by clicking the link in the description. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.